Hey, so my webcam's on for a reason, but before I get into the reason, I gave an update that hey, I left off on an error before I left for summer break. I continued back on that error, can't figure it out, and I was like, you know what, it makes no sense to pour any more time into this. I'm doing everything seemingly right, so let me get in touch with them. I got in touch with them, and then after the weekend, they replied with a working example. So first off, what I want to share is I've added a new piece of mess to my desk. I don't know if you can see it. I have three things on my desk. I have a programmer. It's like the thing that I can use to program and debug with. I've got the actual development board. It's got the chip I'm going to be using in the edge guard, plus every kind of ability that the chip supports. USB, Ethernet, micro SD, like a bunch of stuff that I won't be using. And then the newest addition is this little Arduino. Um, I was like, I want to see actual outputs of data quickly, and so what this lets me do is, now that this is on my desk, never gonna be able to use my treadmill side of the desk again. But what this lets me do is, while I am stepping through code, there's all these debug print statements that you see here. That's a bunch of nonsense, but here's a good example. Reports from device, blah, 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 bytes, blah, blah, blah. So it prints all this data out, and all you need is to listen on it with a device like the Arduino. But what that looks like for me now is, I'm going to start moving my mouse around, and previously, I'd put a breakpoint here, it would hit the breakpoint, and then I could hover over these, and okay, that's 5426, that's 580, and then I'd hover over this, and I'd be like, okay, let me go into the part that I need to go see. I'm like, okay, there's the part I want to see. Now I'll remove that breakpoint, hit play. It's just gonna run the code like normal, but the Arduino over here is listening and capturing the data. It's capturing data and then responding back. And I can see that it's working, which is really cool. I can tell that the debugger is making it run slow because it's missing a lot of stuff. And another thing that's a little weird, and I'm like, that doesn't look right. When I push a key down on the second interface, the one that handles the actual keys that are being pressed. Did I just crash Visual Studio? Oh no, I just hit a breakpoint. I'm getting an error called USB babble. Again, this might just be because of the setup I have right now, and it's just not very great for capturing data. It's not known for being super stable in that regard, but you can see this unknown error when I'm trying to push the A button, and sometimes if I just mash buttons, it works really well, and then you just get absolute garbage. Um, but it's working, and then yeah, occasionally this unknown error. I need to parse through their code. This piece of code is really simple. It's like a couple hundred lines of code. But the harder part, okay, it's 500. That's not great. The harder part is that it included an extra piece of code that I'm supposed to be using. That's 6,000 lines of code. So I really hope I don't have to go through that. But that's the update for today.